Are we defining democracy in Nigeria now? Are we beginning to define democracy?
I would say yes. You see, the hallmark of democracy is not just that power of the people to choose whom they want to lead them, but also that power also for them to dismiss any government that they believe has not lived up to their aspirations. And I think it's the first time in the history of Nigeria that the people would send a government packing via the ballot box. But you see, it's significant in the sense that it's like for the first time, the people of Nigeria have reclaimed their powers. And now they know that they have the power to send packing any government.
So your party is already afraid?
No. It makes for more responsive governance. It puts every government on its toes. See, don't forget, not too long ago, the political party said they will rule this country for 60 years. Another for 100 years. Now with what happened, 2 days ago, it's getting clear to everybody that, listen, real power, effective power, resides with the people, and that the electorate will decide to reward you or punish you in accordance with how well you have lived up to your promises. So this is why I believe that democracy has finally come full cycle in Nigeria.
Okay, Mrs. Bakare, would you say there are some challenges to the democracy that has come full cycle in Nigeria getting to fruition?
Well, I want to quickly say that I want to go back to what we were discussing earlier about the regional voting. I want to tell you that the election we had was more regional. I still believe that. The results are there. I wish I could see APC winning some states in South-South. I wish I could see my party, PDP, winning some states in Northwest. Then I would say, yes, we have come of age. But having block votes coming from the South-South for the PDP, South-East for the PDP, and vice versa for the, it's for me, it's not the best. It's not in the best interest of the nation. I pray that by the time we go to the next polls, come 2019, God keep us alive, we'll witness something better than this. It's not the best. And again, you see, I really also pray that some of our leaders, pre-elections, would guard their utterances. You can imagine what we have right now, having a president who was supposed to have been training snipers, training soldiers, planning coup, do what he has done. I pray also that our democracy will grow from strength to strength, whereby our leaders will guide utterances, would stop packaging lies, stop manufacturing lies to gain sympathy from the people. Definitely, democracy will grow. I pray for that. But with what we have done this time around, it looks like we have gone back to pre-1966 when we had regional parties.
So are you implying that regional voting, so to speak, is a major challenge to Nigeria's democracy?
It is. It is. I fear for that because, like I said, I really wish that we had some votes for PDP in the Northwest, some votes for APC in the South-South, in the Southeast, and then we would know that we have proper, democratic settings in all the parties. But when we have all the parties, all the votes from Northwest going to one party, all the votes from South-South going to one party, it's not the best. It's a challenge to our democracy right now. It is a big challenge.
All right, Alhaji, how can we, now this picture she's painted now.
I think she's not getting things in the right perspective. You see, one, it will be a different ball game if, for instance, there is no presence of, say, PDP in the Southwest, or or no presence of the PDP in the Northwest. For crying out aloud, in the Southwest, the PDP won in Ekiti State. Now, there's nowhere in the world where a particular party will not have a stronghold in some particular regions. Even in the U.S., they are what we call the Christian Belt. They call it the red, the red belt, where the Republicans are very strong, and that's where the Democrats are very strong. But you see, if you look at what has happened in the last election, in this last election, that for us in the APC, we thought we were going to do very well in the South-South. We were very hopeful in Edo. So we had a sitting governor in Edo. We had a sitting governor in Rivers. And we thought our chances in Akwa Ibom were getting brighter, especially with the coming over of people like Imana, the former governor among Victor Atta and co. Now, so it's not, you cannot paint this thing in terms of, oh, this is a North-South conspiracy or South-North conspiracy. No. I think what has really happened is that certain issues that define this election, such as the economy, insecurity, and corruption, were the major issues. And as far as the Northeast was concerned, it was insecurity. And what they saw in this government, an inability to secure that.
Let me bring in Mr. Additional. Mr. Additional, we'll go and break in the next 1 or 2 minutes. But is that a challenge? And how can we get this mix properly done?
Well, let me say that democracy is a process. It's not a destination. All right? And at every stage of the journey, we should continue to make improvement from the previous. For me, this election is a giant improvement over, for example, 2003, 2007 elections, which in some areas were no elections but conquest. However, we also must begin to aspire towards building political parties on ideological lines. When we get that, then you will see more of, cross-fertilization of ideas, cross-membership of political parties from different areas. You get my point? So that is one ideal we have to get to. Building our party, me belonging to a political party because the ideology, tallies with my belief. People's identification to any political party will be a product of their belief. You may not have extreme capitalism, socialism, or what have you. But there was a time in this country where we talked about a little to the right and a little to the left. And that was also the election of 1993. I believe we need to gravitate towards that. So that if you are, radically inclined or whatever from the east or north or west, you know where you will belong.